Hi, thank you for listening to our video on what type of investor are you. You're being presented to today by Catherine Smith. I have a number of degrees including in tax, accounting, financial planning, mortgage broking, real estate to name a few. However, more importantly, I'm a passionate property investor and share investor for over 20 years, having bought and sold in most states of Australia and also invested in the majority of different share type investing. Disclaimer, as usual, this material does not recommend any particular investments and is not personal financial advice. Please seek such advice before taking any action. So, come to the edge, she said. We are afraid, they said. Come to the edge, she said. They came, she pushed them, and they flew. Why do I start with that? Bit of a strange start, given we're talking about investing. The reason I talk about that is that a lot of people actually don't invest because they don't push through the boundaries. If you look at where your comfort zone is, a lot of people just stick within their comfort zone. But where the growth really occurs is when you push past those boundaries, because you can't solve a problem with the same level of thinking that created the problem in the first place. So pushing past the boundaries, what makes my experience so valuable? Why should you listen to me? Two life-changing quotes that I heard at a particular part of my life. The amount of mistakes you are willing to make is in direct proportion to your ultimate success. And if you're not making mistakes, you are simply not trying hard enough. Little bit about my mistakes. I bought a share portfolio at the top of the share portfolio cycle and sold it at the bottom only once, and I lost about $100,000. That wasn't bad at age 22. I bought a property portfolio at the top of the cycle and sold at the bottom, and I actually did that twice, losing over $200,000. Also built a substantial business only to lose them through divorce 3 times. Yeah, and lost over $500,000. But I did rebuild again after all of those mistakes, only to lose absolutely everything in litigation and legal battles. That was the worst experience ever. Liquidators are scum of the earth. I lost over $2.5 million in business and property. So losses of over $3 million before the age of 40. I think I've learned a lot from all of that, because the best thing is I have failed very successfully many times. But I heard those quotes and I realized that all of my experiences were actually designed to make me who I am today and to make my experience so valuable to other people. So I got back up and I'm very quickly rebuilding again. And this time I've learned so much about how not to do things. I've secured my assets in a way I can never lose them again, and I have the confidence to know that no matter how low you go, you will survive as long as you get up and take action and try again. So, why would you want to focus on money? Well, it depends on what are your beliefs and your values. What do you want to do? Because unless you're Mother Teresa, you will have values that need to be met, and that require money. If you want to travel, even if you just want to have time off work to be with your family at the beach, all of these require money. So what type of investor are you? Because before you can plan, you need to assess what type of investor you actually are. There is the non-existent investor, the borrower, the saver, the passive investor, the smart investor, the active investor. A lot of this is adapted from a book by John Burley called The Money Secrets of the Rich. Let's look at what type you are. The non-existent investor, well, they're not an investor. They've got their heads in the sand or in the clouds. They've got no investments, no savings, generally completely oblivious to money and spending habits. Ironically, these people are actually better off than the next level of investor I'm going to talk about. But having said that, these people aren't going to go far in their life. The next level of investor is the borrower. Well, they're not technically investors either. They've got high levels of debt. They spend more than they earn. They're in a far worse position than the non-existents, because their idea of financial planning is to get another credit card or a loan. And their excuse is, I just don't earn enough. They live in a financial denial, refusing to see that it's actually their spending habits causing the problem, as the more money they earn, the more they spend. So anyone in this category needs help fast, as long as they're willing to listen to an advisor. Then there's the saver. They save money on a regular basis, and they save it in a very low-risk bank account. They save to consume rather than use credit. So if they want something new, rather than pulling out the credit card like the borrower, they'll save for it. They're usually very afraid of financial matters and unwilling to take risks. They may borrow to buy their own home, but their main focus is to pay that down as soon as possible. And they are relying on the savings and compulsory superannuation as their retirement strategy. Unfortunately, folks, saving will simply not work in today's world. Has anyone here ever saved themselves to wealth? It won't work because of inflation. Taxes. Even if you're saving, you're losing half of the interest in tax. Your consumption continues to rise with inflation. Consumption in today's world continues to rise. There's just so much more that people want. Every new iPhone, every new iGadget, everything they bring out. The old age pension is not enough, and it may not even be around when pension comes. Superannuation guarantee is not enough. Research and statistics back that up. We also live longer. No matter how hard you try to just save for retirement, you won't have enough to last out your lifestyle, your cost of living. Increased cost of living, it just continues to rise. So there's another type of investor, the passive investor. The gone into the shell. There's a few different types of passive investors. One is gone into the shell. These people, it's just all too hard. It's all too complicated. They're too busy. So they trust so-called professionals. They have no real idea where or why their money is invested. How many people have superannuation and have no idea where it is, or if they know where it is, but they don't know what it's invested in and why and what return? I know people who get their superannuation statement and just put it in the filing cabinet without even opening it or looking at it. So that means they're actually taking little or no responsibility for their financial affairs. Another type of passive investor is the it can't be done investor. And boy, have I had some of these as clients. These people believe all investments greater than average are a sham. They believe wealth is only for the chosen few or the lucky ones. They look at every investment opportunity and pick it to pieces or analyse it incessantly, looking for the holes. And whilst they're busy arguing every opportunity sounds too good to be true, they miss all the good opportunities, which adds to their self-fulfilling prophecy that opportunities are only for the lucky ones. Does anyone know anyone like this? Avoid them at all costs because they can bring you down with their negativity. Do not discuss your financial affairs with them. They will tell you you're doing it all wrong and you shouldn't be doing that. Okay, the next type of passive investor is the victim passive investor. They're generally very intelligent people, but probably very busy people as well. They're willing to take risks, maybe too many risks, and they're endlessly searching for the next quick rich scheme, which there's plenty of them out there. They jump on the opportunities quickly. They buy into all sorts of marketing ploys, get sucked in easily by sales pitches, by coaching programs, by black box trading programs, by anything that is promised to make them a buck. And to tell you the truth, I was in that category. Shares, property, share trading systems, option trading systems, business ventures. I've tried everything and learnt a lot, as I've said. There's the automatic investor, and this is where we start getting into some much better investing habits. The automatic investor. There's another 2 levels after this level, but this level is actually enough to create serious wealth. This level can lead on to the next levels called the active investor and the capitalist. But this level is actually all you need to achieve great wealth. And the best news of all is that it's very easy, very safe, and it's not complicated at all. There's no scary risks, and anyone can do it. Sound too good to be true? Let's have a look at the 5 simple steps of the smart investor. Pay yourself first, the 10% rule. Warren Buffett has said, do not save what is left after spending. Spend what is left after saving. What he means by that is so many people get their pay, spend it all week to week or month to month, and don't have anything left at the end. Or if they do, they might put some of that into savings. It's actually the other way around. Take the first 10% of everything that you earn and put it in a savings strategy. Then spend the other 90%. Reinvest your returns. Einstein called capital growth the eighth wonder of the world. Earn rates of return greater than 10%. That is actually safe and easy to do. I can show you how. And use the power of leverage, which is making other people's money work for you, basically borrowing to invest. And know what your money is doing. Take professional advice, but decide for yourself. Have a budget of income and expenses. Have a debt reduction plan. Know your wealth, net wealth, your assets minus liabilities. Basically, know your situation. Have a plan of where you want to be in a year, 5 years, retirement. So how do you become a smart investor? It actually just starts with a plan. Who's got a written wealth plan? Because though I seriously believe those who fail to plan to fail. Having said that, it can get quite complicated. There's many financial segments to consider. A personal budget, a savings plan, investment plan, property versus shares, a wealth protection plan, insurances, a superannuation plan, retirement plan, a next generation wealth plan, estate plan. Once you die, you don't want to give everything you've made to the tax man. So who do you go to for advice? There's accountants, tax advisors, tax accountants, business advisors, financial planners, finance advisors, mortgage brokers, property advisors, insurance consultants, so many different professionals, and often giving conflicting advice based on where they get their commission from. What if one firm could help you achieve advice in all of those areas? There's only two mistakes that one can make along the road to the truth. Not going all the way and not starting in the first place. So, where do we go to from here? From the world's bestseller, Stephen Covey, number one habit of highly effective people is be proactive. Through compound interest and leverage, using other people's money, and government support, you can have the option to create wealth for you and your family. But it's up to you. There are two choices. Continue to pay tax and do nothing, or save tax and build wealth, so you can retire with comfort and dignity. Know where you're going. There is no hope of success for the person who does not have a central purpose or a definite goal. So what is wealth coaching? I don't want you to have to learn the hard way through all the mistakes like I did. You can learn from my mistakes and my knowledge. We offer a service called wealth coaching. It differs from life coaching because it has a financial bent. Life coaching is a fantastic industry. However, you may come up with plans and dreams of what you want to do with your life, but if you don't have the financial backing to achieve those goals, what are you going to do? So life coaching, wealth coaching is life coaching with a financial bent. Someone to help you design your financial goals, guide you through each decision, guide you through every financial stage, hold your hand and help you stay on track. And I have a team that can assist with all the financial paperwork and compliance issues. At Holistic Financial Solutions, we are able to give you tax advice, financial planning advice, mortgage advice, property advice, superannuation advice, insurance advice, all the advice you need and all of the paperwork done for you under one roof. So, if you are stuck in a financial rut, or you know there's a better, a smarter way to use your money to get ahead in life, but you just aren't sure how, is the information too confusing and overwhelming to grasp easily? Or do you just need someone to assistance to find your way through the financial maze? If so, consider our wealth coaching packages. If you go to wfscanberra.com.au/wealth coaching, we have a wealth breakthrough package, a holistic wealth through property package, and a holistic wealth through business package. Or contact myself, Catherine, at wfscanberra.com.au. Thank you for listening today. Conclude with my favourite saying, life is a challenge. meet it. Life is love. Share it. Life is a dream. Realize it. And life is a game. So play it. Thank you for listening today, and hopefully you'll listen to some of the other videos in this series. Thank you.